Yeah, thought we played well, competed really well, matched up really well against them. I think difference in the game, I said at the end of the game, difference is they scored, we didn't. I mean, and that comes down to, we defended really well for long periods in that game. We had some really good moments and passages of play where we kept the ball really well, more so than we have done against any team this season. At the end of the day, you've got to stick the ball in the net, and that's where we've got to get better over the next couple of weeks. If we want to make a run at getting into the conference tournament, we're going to have to start putting some goals away.
Yeah, I guess what was the tenor of the team coming off that? I think everyone in that locker room knows Georgetown is kind of like the measuring stick to a degree in that conference.
Yeah.
Playing the way you did, even though you fell short, how do you think the team felt after that?
They knew they played well. I mean, they knew they played well. Georgetown is the benchmark in the conference. They've not lost a game in 2 years in the conference, so they're a good team. And if that's the benchmark, we know we're not far off. I feel like they've probably got a couple of personality players that we don't have right now. Their centre forward was pretty good and scored a banger of a goal against us. It wasn't much we could do about it. So the mood was very, very good, but we played well. Everybody can be pleased with the performance, but at the end of the day, I don't dive into too much to the moral victories. It's like, give me points. I want to get wins. I want to get points, and we can play well, but if we're not winning, that doesn't help us. So a couple of weeks ago, we played UMKC and we won, but didn't play well.
Right.
So it's one of them. As a coach, you want to play well and win. But first of all, you want to win. And the biggest thing for us right now is, what we can't do now is go and play like that against Georgetown, give them a heck of a game, and then turn around and be complacent now the next 2 or 3 weeks and drop the standard.
Yeah.
I was so pleased of the way we played. I was so proud of how we competed. But now what we've got to do for the teams that are a little bit closer in ability to us, we've now got to start picking up some points and scoring some goals.
I think it's new for everyone. The staff comes in, they're trying to learn players are trying to learn the staff. When you speak of the standard, and obviously it's been kind of up and down, and sometimes it hasn't coincided with performance, how close do you think the team is to understanding what your standard is and the staff standard, and implementing that on a daily basis instead of having it go up and down?
I think that's what you're going to get within your culture, right? Your culture is the standards in which you accept every single day at training. I do feel I'm getting a bit grumpy at the moment as a coach, because I feel like I'm continually holding that standard. So I think that's where the assistant coaches and the players have to start holding that standard as well with everything we do. This is a group that is capable. I'm not sure this group knows how good they are, and if I didn't believe we could do the things we're getting them to do, and I wouldn't hold that standard. But I believe this group is capable of really good things. So my job as the head coach is to keep that standard really, really high, and that's my job, is not to allow us to fall short of that standard. So we just got to make sure we hold ourselves accountable to that, because we're in that point of the season now where we have to be accountable as coaches, we have to be accountable as players to our teammates, to each other, and this is the part of the year we've got to perform.
I think your strength of schedule is top 20 on KPI. And you've already played Georgetown right out of the gate in the Big East. So you've played the best team there. Do you think that your team has kind of gotten better through the fire a little bit there? Do you
Absolutely,
see
absolutely. The performance against Georgetown was the best we've played all season.
Really?
We kept the ball really well, better against Georgetown than we've done against other teams that weren't as good. So we kept the ball in moments really, really well. We competed in our 1v1s. We've improved so much in our 1v1s all over the field since the start of the season. So we're making improvement. I think it's now, having that bravery now in the final third. We want to come out with a little bit more of an attacking mindset this week. We haven't scored goals in the last 3 games, but the teams have been very, very good. The 3 games have been St. Louis top 25, Georgetown top 25, and an undefeated UMKC team. So it's a lot harder to score goals against good teams. But what we've got to try to do now coming into this week is go in with a bit more of an attacking mindset. I think we're going to try and play a little bit more aggressively with more numbers forward. We know we're not going to see as much of the ball against Georgetown because they're a good team. So we did sit back a little bit more against them. But the games we've got coming up, we're going to have to be braver. We're going to have to want the ball more. We're going to have to want to get numbers forward into the box. And we're going to have more quality in the final third.
What goes into, I guess, instilling bravery? Because it's more of a mindset, right? You have to be able to, I mean, it's about taking risks, and with risk comes, setbacks, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of your training environment and putting them through high standards of training every day. Some of it's confidence, and confidence comes from your preparation. So how we prepare, how we trained yesterday. We're going to have to train again a little bit better again today because we're closer to the game. So I feel like we'll get a lot of confidence out of our preparation when we know we've done the work and we know we're ready. We're going to be confident going into the game, and I think some of it comes from confidence, and some of that is as a result of really being focused and dialed in now at this stage of the season. Every one of our forwards is capable of scoring goals. We see it in training. We see they've got the ability to do it. But it's having that mindset of, if you miss a chance, then you've got to be brave. That's mental toughness. If you miss a chance, it's being brave to go and take that second chance. Mental toughness isn't just smashing people in tackles. That's part of the game. Mental toughness is being brave to want to beat your man 1v1 or take that opportunity when you get it.
Defensively, what level are you at right now?
Phil, we've been really good. Really
one
good.
goal against St. Louis and Georgetown. That's hard to do.
We look really, really good defensively, and what people don't even really realise is the two centre backs that we had penciled in to start is Judkins and Savannah Solomon. Mm-hmm. So they've only played together in 1.5 games this season, and at that time we've only conceded 1 goal. So Judkins got the little injury with a knee against Minnesota, and Sav picked up an ankle injury against St. Louis. Well, when them two have played together, we hardly concede anything. So I'm excited. Sav should hopefully be back in the next week to have her. But what's happened is other players have done a really nice job of filling in and stepping up and stepping into roles. Like Ella Offer has been outstanding. Maddie Radke's been outstanding. Jess has been coming off the bench, Jess Torres, and she's been really solid for us as well. So they've been good in those moments and helped step it up. But we don't concede a lot of goals. But what we've got to make sure now on Thursday is, if we're going to go a little bit more attacking minded, we can't switch off at the back. Yeah, you're the man today, huh?